I just realized I got like a cut on the inside of my cheek, and it hoits. So, oh, hang on. I'm sitting like an idiot. Wait, hang on. There we go. Hi, hello. I'm Rune. Yeah, I got, like when your like cheeks are pushed up against your teeth too much, or like if somehow you accidentally bite your cheek higher than where your teeth are. Like, I don't know how that happens, but apparently I have that, and I just realized it's like rubbing right up against my teeth right there, and it's just the only way to keep my cheek, because it's swelling now, so now it's pushing more against my teeth. It's like blow my cheeks out. Anyway, what's up? Earlier than usual, I know, but I actually wanted to start earlier. I wanted to start at 3 o'clock. It's like 3:30 for me now, but something came up and I don't even know what it was. I couldn't even tell you what it was. I'm sitting in the other chair now, so I need to move that up. I'll probably will switch chairs midstream. I don't know. I was gonna drink a Monster, but I drank a Monster yesterday, and I don't want to drink a Monster every day. I don't want to become that addicted to energy drinks, so it's gonna be a every once in a while thing. I still have coffee and I still have water. Okay, let's all preemptively have a sip of water. So, for today's stream, we're still gonna be working on revenge, like last time, but we're only down to like 2 revenges. I'm only gonna do one today, and then I have another attack lined up. And as you can see, like the title says, they're all Sailor Moon poses. Because I can't think up of poses on the fly. I just can't. So I thought, you know what? She's a magical girl, and she's space themed, so you know what? Sailor Moon. I was sketching her. I was sketching this one yesterday on Twitch. And it got to a point where I'm like, you know what? Should I just watch Sailor Moon? Like, is that a show I should look into? Or is it like one of those things where everyone swears by it, but it's purely based on nostalgia? There, jeez. Since I only usually draw 3 fingers, the actual hand gesture's gonna look very weird. Like, it's, oh my god, that looks... That looks like I need to try again. I need to be more mindful of the verbiage I use for myself, because, like, on stream, I'm always advocating for people to, be more kind to themselves and to extend the same kindness to themselves as they would to others. And vice versa, you know? And, you know, like, remember that you are human and that your flesh has limits. But then, at the same time, I'm sitting here complaining, like, man, why the fuck am I so tired, like, all the time? I've only worked, like, for 10 hours today. Why am I so tired? And it's like, I worked for 10 hours, that's why. I'm sitting at a desk that is actually, literally, the most unnatural position for a human to be in. As opposed to just physical labor. Like, yesterday, I did an hour worth of yard work during the hottest part of the day, and I came into stream, and I was like, I don't feel like talking. I don't know why. It was like, I think I know why. I got sunburned. Now, I was drinking water. I was being safe. I wasn't, like, in direct sun. I was mostly in the shade. But still, that was, like, a lot of, you know, heat stress. So, she's got, like, this cute little baton with a ribbon on it. So, I don't know how fancy schmancy to, like, make things. But since it's Magical Girl, it kind of has to be schmancy. But, like, I don't know how to do that. You know, I'll put, like, yeah, there we go. That's a little something. And then... like, just a little... this. Maybe, like, a rim of something. See, now, she's holding a wand. She's got a little baton thing, so... shit, And also, you know, as much as I love Art Fight, don't get me wrong, I love doing this activity, like, to death. Summer just brings out the most irritable, vile part of me. And I don't like, showing that part to people because I don't like being like that. You know? It's not like oh, I'm hiding the truth from people so I don't want them to see the real me. That's not the real me. That is the irritated and tired, exhausted me. That's not the real me. The real me is, like, side tangents and info dumping and, you know, singing, you know, having fun, listening to Halloween music in August because I want it to be fall already. It's funny, I get so pissy at people for, like, putting up Christmas decorations in September, but then again, I'm already thinking about Halloween, like, my fall plans. And it's July 6th. Like, we're not even a week into July, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna work on my fall, my urban fantasy series. I'm gonna start streaming on it again. I kind of want to get back to writing for it. It's like, wait. We're busy. So I'm no better. I'm just in the opposite direction. No, because the opposite of Christmas. What would the opposite of Christmas be? What's the opposite of capitalism? Each time I find myself laying flat on my face, I just pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life. That's life. Oh, I can't deny it. Many times I thought of quitting, baby, but my heart just won't buy it. If I didn't think it was worth one single try, I'd jump right on a big bird, and then I'd fly. I was wondering where to put, like, because her name is Cherry, so I thought, oh, as a magical girl, they should all, like, her crew should have a motif. And I thought, ooh, then she should have, like, some sort of, like, cherry, either symbol or pendant, or, you know, just, like, little cherries on her somewhere, and I couldn't figure out where to put it. I still am on the fence about giving her a little belt, even though that's not part of her design at all. Like, I put the bows behind her head. Like, because I generally think these are ribbons because they're the same color as this thing, and that kind of looks like a bow, so I'm assuming that these are supposed to be ribbons, so I put it back here. In the private messages, I'll put a note saying, hey, I took a little bit of liberties with her design because magical girls are so pretty. I hope you don't mind. This isn't like a commission or anything, so I don't have to be like, oh my god, are they gonna like it? Because it's not like I'm working in customer service or anything. This is literally just a gift. And already she looks super cute. So I'm very happy with this. With this attack. And then this ribbon is gonna, like, turn into sparkles, and in the sparkle I'm gonna write her name, say Cherry, or something like that. Yeah. This really makes me want to actually take my... like, because I have an idea for a magical girl series, but it's kind of like a spin-off of my superhero comic, where it's like in the universe of the superhero comic there's this like show, this really popular show called The Jewelers or something like that, and they have magical powers and whatnot. So I thought, oh, that wouldn't it be funny if part of that universe, as like a spin-off, I actually did the adventures of the Jewelers, and they were like real in that world, and it was like the way they cover up their missions is making a TV show about it or something. I don't know, I just thought it'd be funny, like take actual background characters or like older siblings of the main characters that appear in the superhero comic and make them the magical girls, but like keep the two universes completely separate except for like a few cameos, so that if you can watch one without watching the other and it still makes sense, or read, because the superhero comic would be a comic. Duh. What was I trying to do with that? There we go. Okay. This is a pretty clean sketch, but I want to like actually make it look nice, so I'm gonna do some give it some clean line art, because my ratios, I know I keep bringing up the ratios, the points, and tragedy is falling behind, so comedy is winning. Comedy is winning, which is really funny. But poor Mystery. Like, Mystery Team, man, you're getting sandwiched. They're not quite getting stomped. They're keeping up pretty evenly with everyone else, and we're not even a week into this. So anything can happen. So, like, next week, I'm gonna make sure all of my attacks are on comedy or friendly fire, just to give Mystery a bit of a chance. Usually I don't shoot for the other team. Usually I'm all for victory, but when it's a when it's a three-way, when it's 3 teams, I want to give the underdog a bit of a chance, because I always root for the underdog. And for some reason, Mystery's the underdog. I could have sworn Tragedy was going to be the underdog. I don't know why Mystery isn't doing as popular. I could have sworn it was going to be like the overrated, underrated, like edgelord team. But no, that's not what happened at all. It's like, huh? What? But then again, I say that, but at the same time, I just came up with an idea for an attack for an artist who's on Team Mystery, and I'm like, fuck. I really want to do this attack. It involves 2 of their characters, and be like a full illustration. And then I came up with another idea that would be like a comic, where I take that scene, not the ending scene from the Labyrinth, but it was, I was talking about it last stream. Follow me on Twitch if you want the full conversations. Where it was Jareth and Sarah having their final confrontation. It would just be Sarah telling Jareth, "You have no power over me," and it would be Ikea and Bellatrix. For Marb the Monstar. If you know who I'm talking about, that's, like, I think you'd agree that's, like, the best idea I've ever come up with. But if you don't know, just check out their profile. I just finished my attack on their Halloween character. Zero or Shiro or however you say that. I know it's a tangent. I want the eyes visible. I'm about to switch up these vibes. I finally opened my eyes. It's time to kick you straight back into the night. 'Cause I see your real face and it's ugly as sin. Time to put you in your place 'cause you're rotten within. When your patterns start to show, what makes the hatred wanna grow out of my veins. I don't think you're ready for the takedown. Break you into pieces in a world of pain. 'Cause you're all the same, yeah, it's a takedown. A demon with no feeling don't deserve to live. It's so obvious. I'ma gear up and take it down. Takedown. That's a tangent. Oh, no, that's not a tangent. That's actually supposed to be there. Pay attention. Hey, Waffles! Welcome to the stream. I have the entire soundtrack of K-pop Demon Hunter stuck in my head for some reason. No idea why. So all of my conversations are mentally being interrupted by Takedown and Soda Pop. But in the meantime, while ADHD is putting up one hell of a fight, so am I. I'm drawing a revenge of this little magical girl. While also discovering that I get cuteness aggression. I didn't realize what it was for the longest time. I thought it was just a bad person. No, I wasn't a terrible person. Turns out, cuteness aggression. Yeah, her limbs are going to be a little bit elongated because I am using the Sailor Moon pose, so... I mean, that just comes with the territory. You're the master of illusion, not a sorry to Hajima. Look at all the masses that you're fooling, but they'll turn on you soon, so how can you sleep or live with yourself? A broken soul trapped in the nastiest shell. Korean that I can't remember or seen. Watch you die. You can try, but you can't hide. It's a takedown, I'm gonna take you out. You'll break down like what? It's a takedown, I'm gonna take you out. It ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna cut you up and lose control and rip out your heart. You'll be begging and crying, all of you dying. I'll tear up and take you down. Like, sometime this week, I'm gonna have just Art Fight stream the musical, and we're just going to be listening to music. Because I'll need a break from being the funny man. You know, being the entertainer. Here's a copyright strike. Knowing my luck, it'll also be my most viewed live stream because we're just jamming. So, look out for that. Okay, that's a little bit better. It looks less, I don't know what to call it. I have to... I need to ice pack my elbow as soon as stream is over. Remind me, chat. I usually have my wrist pillow with my mouse, but... I don't know. Do I need it? No, I don't really need it here. I switched back because... I don't know. It started happening Saturday. Like, Saturday, my elbow really started hurting. I'm sitting here like, I mean, I'm not even at my desk like this. Maybe I am. I don't know. But it's like at the, like, point of the elbow. And I'm like, I haven't hit it or nothing. But obviously there's some nervousness going on. And it usually happens when it usually happens during summer. And I don't know why, because I'm at my desk like the same amount of time. In fact, I'll argue that I'm at my desk less in summer. But I don't know what the dealio is. Instead, just put on my phone. Hey, at least you're not doom scrolling. If you're listening to a live stream, that's a little bit better than doom scrolling. Because that's just not good for your brain. And that's not even like spending too much time on your phone's gonna rot your brain type bullshit. Even though, kinda. It's more of a, you're bored and your brain needs a break, but also needs stimuli. But scrolling through shorts or TikTok is not actual stimuli. That ribbon looks like I need to try again. Mother... Okay. You know, I could just copy paste it to the front. and then just use that line, because these are some pretty good lines here. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna copy paste it to the front. I mean, yeah, I don't mean to break down my mom voice, but it's like, yeah, you should be sleeping, but if you're just genuinely not tired, like, reading a book or just doing some sort of quiet activity that is still mentally stimulating is better than doom scrolling, and I'm still guilty of this, so I'm preaching, I need to practice what I preach. Okay, I'm gonna work on this bow over here since there's no... I haven't drawn that other arm yet. Yeah. Art block during art fight is one of the worst things ever, because when you have art block, that usually means your brain just needs a... just needs to power down for a bit, but it's like... competition! It calls! I'm gonna say, you. Go to bed, dear. I'm guilty of that. Also, you know, executive dysfunction really gets in the way, because I have... Here, let me show you something that is really freaking cool that my older sister got me for, like, a... I can't remember if it was a Hanukkah or a birthday gift, but it's really cool, and I haven't done it yet. It is a Lord of the Rings inspired... I have it. No, it's a Lord of the Rings inspired Book Nook kit that you can build, and it's got lights in it, and it's not like actually Lord of the Rings, but it's like fantasy-esque inspired. No, it actually is Lord of the Rings. So look, there's the One Ring. Anyway, and it's not like it's a whole wooden kit that you can put together and build it yourself. And I love doing these things. I don't do them very often, but I love it, and I want to put it in my book on my bookshelf, because I have a bookshelf. But A, it's too tall to fit on the book nook, so I haven't put it together. And B, it's just been sitting next to my other shelf, just doing nothing, because I haven't just like, okay, boom, let's go, girls. I haven't done that. Even though I'd love to do it, but the executive dysfunction. One hell of a chemical. More like a chemical imbalance, but you know what I mean. Well, hey, Hawk. Hey, Kitty. Did you have a nice nap, or did I wake you? She's not talking to me, yeah. I probably woke her up. Yeah, it's a really cool gift. I want to put it together, because also I feel bad. Like, if someone gives you a gift, you have to, like, engage with it in some way to show your appreciation. If you don't, you're being ungrateful. That's just my own mentality. So it's like, ah! It's like, it won't fit on my bookshelf. It's too tall. Because the bookshelf I have is a antique, and I think it was custom built by one of my great-greats. One of them, anyway. I don't remember which. I'll have to ask my mom about that one. She'll know. She knows. So I can't, like, break it apart or nothing, because it, like, ugh, been in the family for generations. And I do have another bookshelf that it would fit, but that's kind of like my just encyclopedia throwaway bookshelf and where I feed the cat. So I don't really have a spot for it, but I want it to have its like I want to put some respect on it. And I love DIY kits. So you know what? Maybe in like August or something like that after Art Fight, I'll set up a live stream where my sister and I just like put it together. Probably be at a different desk. We'll have to figure something out for that, but I think that'd be really fun. I also eventually want to do some traditional art live streams. I don't know why. I just felt like the urge to like do some traditional art like on stream. Like I do it in my sketchbook anyway, but like I don't know what I would do. It'd probably just be like sketching, be like a sketch with me type thing, but I'm afraid that if I set up a traditional sketching with the webcam here, because you know, like tilting it down, it would just be me doing, you just see the top of my head because I got shit posture. Still learning Japanese, very good, but not as intensely since months. Even then, really, yeah. Hey, don't beat yourself up too hard, man. Like, I still doom scroll, and I'm an advocate against doom scrolling and doing, like, I'm an advocate, you know, for, like, learning and intellectualism and, like, picking up hobbies and just, even if you never engage with a hobby, just learning about the craft. I'm a huge advocate for that, and even I still doom scroll. It's a very, very addictive habit that is a hard one to fight. I used to not understand what gesture drawings were in like the art community. This pertains to our conversation. And like I think from what I remember, like a gesture drawing is like a quick sketch or a pose that you've drawn very quickly, like just to get it down as fast as possible, just so your muscles get used to the movement of putting down a study of something as quickly as possible, like without overthinking anything. And I haven't done those. I haven't done gesture drawings. I haven't drawn studies. I haven't done any of that. Because, you know, self-taught. Never actually formally learned what any of it is or how to do any of that. So I might need to pick up some gesture drawings because posing, like I was saying earlier, posing is just the hardest part of the sketch for me. It's just ridiculously difficult for me to figure out a pose. So, you know, if I just get a bunch of like poses on like a on like just, and then jot down those poses, and then later, if I'm working on a character art or something, I just need to put them in some sort of pose. There you go. Just plop them on there. Especially K-pop idols. You know, I mentioned this last time on stream, but K-pop idols have like the best poses. been thinking about making something using. I was writing about a very hyperactive rampage. Different parts of media, advertisements, missing consonant. Yeah, negative news. That's how we feel, at least. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just the barrage. My wrist cracked. I don't know if you guys heard that. Okay. I've just now started trying to pick up the fuck me. I'm just trying to trying to pick up the habit instead of saying that looks terrible or that looks awful or oh my god, I don't know how to draw. Do I know how to draw anymore? And so it's like that looks like I need to try again. You know, trying to put a positive spin on it. Here's the thing with self-improvement that I've talked about very extensively before on this channel. It is a mindful effort. It's not just a beep, there we go, self-improvement, done, we've cracked it, we've solved it, pack it in, boys. New. Long, hard, arduous journey of trying to figure out what the fuck you're supposed to be doing with your life. Okay, that looks really... oh, I'm gonna do... calm down, calm down. Save. And then we continue. Okay, I'm going to, like... there, so that way it's not such a stark, brick. You know, the burk. And she sort of think I might go, yeah, you know, that's fine, man. I'm gonna be here every other day. I really should have thought through that plan of deciding to stream every other day on YouTube and Twitch. Like, back and forth, because each time I boot up OBS now, I have to sign in to my account, re-sign in to my account every single time, and then I know I'm gonna get an email saying, like, someone tried to sign into your account! Ah! That was me! Like, thank you for telling me. Especially on Twitch, where I got the two-factor authentication. Now, YouTube, it's a little bit faster to sign in, which is a good and a bad thing. That's a gap. Okay, she's got red eyes, which is really flipping cute. I might change my streaming schedule, where I'll do 2 days on one platform and then 2 days off, or do like 3 on and 3 off, just so it's less of a hassle. And that way one platform can get like the full process of One Piece, the One Piece of Jesus Christ. And then, yes, I am drinking water. See? Oh, what was I talking about? But then switching back and forth does like I think it encourages people to like check in on both platforms, but I don't know, man. Since I went on my vacation in June for that entire week, my Twitch has not been the same. Like, I genuinely think I've dipped out of the algorithm completely. Like, I lost my spot in the algorithm pushing my streams forward, so I'm just... Okay, time to build it back up, I suppose. It's like, man, I spent months building up that, like, the few check-ins I would get. Like, I'm not complaining or anything. I kind of like having a smaller chat room, but, you know, like, just getting what few people that were regularly checking into my Twitch stream, now, when I stream, it's crickets, and I'm just, okay, so, got it. No vacations allowed if you're a Twitch streamer. Fantastic. But thankfully, it's, you know, since it's Art Fight, I'm streaming a lot, so maybe that'll speedrun my way back into a favorable position with the algorithm gods. Or this is just a fruitless endeavor and I'll never get back to where I was. I'm gonna alter the colors just a little bit when rendering, but for, like, right now, I'm just gonna put down the base colors and then alter them. But not too much. I'm just gonna alter them a little bit. Like, I'll make her boots the same color as her ribbon. Which is a really, really pretty pink. I mean, this is pank. Wait, theory. Yeah, this is all the way pink. This is all the way red. This isn't all the way yellow. That would be that. Which... Oh. Oh. There. Oh. Okay. What? That's the same color. Okay. I'm actually gonna make the executive decision just to make it a little bit lighter. And then I'll add, like, either a very light... Yeah, off pink, not a full white. And then I'll take the red in her eyes and I'll put it on the cherries. Okay, I don't have any ref for what her mouth would look like, so I'm just gonna do the generic, pink, and then slightly darker pink. Oh my god. The urge to give this little bab gloves, or like a... I think it's called a corsage. I don't know, just a wrist flower thing is... Ooh, it is killing me. It is killing me. Like, I barely resisted giving her a little cinched belt. And she's got this cute little baton that I came up with. Okay, her ribbon is the same color as her eyes. So that means the sparkles are also going to be reddish pink. And then this gem down here is going to be the same red, just to show... There we go. And then, what should this be? I'm gonna make this also slightly off pink. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, her little eye shines. Hold up. Almost forgot the most important part. Well, I hope the recipient loves it, because I certainly do. And then you are going to get pinky pink line art. Or maybe just pinky pink tinted? There. Actually, I kind of like the colors as is. They're very bright, very vibrant. I might render the dress a little bit just to show off the fabric. The ribbons tend to be more silky, so I'm going to do her ribbons. Ribbons. Just give it a little bit of snazz, a little bit of pizzazz. Just a little bit snazzy. But not too dark though. Let's tone it down a bit. There we go. Okay, yeah, that looks good together. Now, her boots can have a similar shine to them. Excuse? The wrong brush? How dare? And honestly, I think I might tone down this layer a little bit if the rendering gets too much. You know, just to... Because fabric is one of those things where, like, it reacts to... Come on. To lighting very differently than most, like, other materials. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Thank you, it is very cute. Like, each fabric has their own, like, reaction to light. So I don't know what the fabric of her dress is made out of, so I'm just assuming it's kind of like... I mean, not quite cotton, but it's definitely not spandex, that's for sure. Like, her sleeve ruffles, I'm imagining, are probably a little bit more, like, and I don't know any of the names to the fabrics, but, you know, like, more shimmery. They only, like, texture-wise, they're probably either a little bit crunchy or they're the soft like, the uber soft fabrics. Not quite microfabric, because that is literally born of Satan. I have very strong opinions about microfiber. Okay, now this is supposed to be a gem, so I can go a little bit harder on that. Now, ribbons are definitely more shimmery. Not as much as, like, bow ribbon, but definitely, you know, very distinct. There we go. And then on top of this, I'll add sparkle sparkle. Wait. Are the sparkles too much? Should I put that behind her? You know, I'm gonna put it behind her. I spent a lot of work on those boots, damn it! I'm gonna show them off! Okay, what other... I'm gonna add another Gigi layer to her hair. And it's only to make it a little less, that kind of yellow. Just to add a little bit more life to it, because if you look at anyone who's blonde, they're not just straight yellow. There's, you know, there's other things in there. You know? Like, oh, just like that. Alright, now for the line art. Should I... Alright, this... Panky pink. Like, if I do 100%... if I do 100%... I can't do 100%. I gotta do like a 50 or something. Yeah. Nah, that's better. Now. Do I... take this layer... erase this part of it... make it slightly bigger. I'm gonna free transform this so I can get it just exactly how I want it. Like this isn't working. Anyway, something like that, and then make it... What? Oh my god. Yeah, usually we're cooked by now, but I think I cooked. Oh, shoot. I missed a spot. There we go. Okay, erase that. No. Erase that. I make it slightly slimmer on some areas. And then we can come in here with, honestly, I just wanted to do an outline, but the fastest, like, one of the faster ways to do that is to just take your bottom layer and then make it bigger, but that, as I've just clearly demonstrated, that doesn't work all the time. Like, if you want an outline, you're gonna have to, like, draw it yourself. Here, let me get rid of these. Insert that Tom and Jerry meme where Jerry's just leaning on a wall. Okay, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna add a little bit more red sparkles in the back. And then like minimize them a little bit. That's gonna be a lot of stray pixels. Okay. Save. And we are done with that revenge. I'm gonna go use the bathroom, so be right back. Alrighty. Let's update the to-do list. We've done the cherry one. I don't want to render it just yet in case I come back to it and decide that the sparkles are too much or whatnot. Decide something else. So, I literally just fucking saved it. What are you talking about? Now we move on to an attack, which is just another Sailor Moon pose. Because I apparently can't get enough of those. That took an hour. Well, from line art to coloring, yeah. I'm gonna need a refill on that soon. Look at all the messes that you're fooling. But they'll turn on you soon, so how can you sleep and live with yourself? A broken soul trapped in the nastiest shell. Watch you die. You can can try, but you can't have it. I'll cut you up and lose control and rip out your heart. You'll be begging and crying all the time. I'll get you up and take you down. Take it down. Okay, and that is a legit belt. I'm gonna have to put up a poll on the community tab and go, alright. What times and days work for y'all? I wish I could, instead of like having to set up a poll with like individual things, I can just like put up a week calendar and then people can just put a pin for whatever works for them, because oof. Algorithms be damned, they're trying to screw me over. But then again, the post live views are still pretty good. Not as high as they used to be, but then again, you know, summer. Take down. Okay. Save. And then just so it's not all negativity here, what are some of y'all's favorite summer activities? Or like, what are your favorite parts of summer? Because I know I bitch and moan about the heat all the time, but there are some aspects of summer that I do like. Like yesterday on stream I talked about how my favorite part of summer is fresh fruit and lemonade. Like, I love lemonade and iced tea, watermelon, barbecues. I love all of that. Especially barbecue chips. Especially a good burger, barbecue chips after a day of swimming. Oh, God. That sandwich, barbecue chips after spending all day swimming in like at the lake or in a pool. Ooh, something about it, man. Something about barbecue chips after swimming. That is like that is like cocaine. I I can't describe the euphoria it brings. Okay. Kitty dogs have kind of like this very cool, like, broken anatomy aspect to them. that, like, as long as they're cute, you're drawing them correctly. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense at all. If you couldn't already tell, I flipping love kitty dogs. I have, like, 5 of them. So, yeah. Of all of the open species, kitty dogs are my favorite. They're the most... It's because they're cute, man. The cuteness aggression. Especially some of them that have, like, the swirly chest floof. Or the, like, that in for their hair. And I'm like, oh. Oh, that is so cute. I will be forever envious of anyone who can design kitty dogs. All of my kitty dogs have been adoptables. Because when it comes to cute things, I love them, but drawing them is, like, designing them is hell for me. Because I just... I'll admit my weakness. Same with detailed characters. Man, I do love a good, like, color splash character. I cannot design them to save my life, which is why I have, like, Ricardo up as a, hey, redesign me option on Artfight. No one's taken a crack at him yet, which has me a little bit disappointed. I could have sworn my new OCs would be a hit. Like, I thought I was gonna get stomped. But no one's taken a crack at him yet. A little bit disappointing, but you know what? Free will. I have updated my character permissions so that, you know, I've listed all the characters I want art of. So maybe for any, like, newcomers that check out the channel, be like, okay, yeah, I'll look at these characters. Hopefully. Oh, fishnets! Almost forgot about the fishnets. Okay, so she's got fishnets, but they end at the wrist. Okay, so I gotta remember that. Because usually the fishnets that I draw end at, like, the fingers. With, like, the thumb holes. But, like, the hipster thumb holes. But no, these ones don't have that. And I know she typically has paws. I just can't draw paws. I mean, I could if I actually tried. If I, like... There we go. That's how I draw paws. Like paw hands for furries. These little nubbins. Oh. Toe beans. Okay, I'll draw the wristband here, but I'll do the fishnets in the render. Yeah. Or on like the color in there. Sunty, it's 4 o'clock. You know, I'll do that first thing tomorrow. That way it has, like, the morning sun and, like, well, not quite the morning sun, but, you know, it has all day to brew. Unless you reminded me to go get it, and which I didn't know it was out. There we go. One thing I like about Sailor Moon poses is that they're so, like, dynamic and expressive, but they also just are a fun way to show the way fabric or in ribbons and like hair just flow. And like, yeah, the skirts look short, but they never like whoop. You never have an oopsie with a Sailor Moon skirt. You know what I mean? Wait, no, she's wearing socks, so her why are you at my door? Dog's whining at my door. Don't know why. Okay, it looks like the tail goes above the skirt. Which, you know. It does kind of not quite break up the silhouette, but it does not break up, no, because it hides the hand. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, ears, ears, ears. Forgot secondary ears. paw band, little paw pads. There we go. There we go. Oh, and bracelet, fishnet. There we go. Fishnet bracelet. You know, I'm just gonna do it on a separate layer just so I don't forget about them. There's knowing me, I'll probably forget. Okay, they're crisscross fishnets. They're not the, like, the fancy schmancy ones. Uh-oh. How did that happen? I'm still not a fan of the eyes, how I did them, but I don't know how I would fix them. Because, you know, they got, like, the eyelash as part of the eye design, which is really cute, but, like, how do I do that? Alright. Wingus. Speaking of wings, I should figure out how I'm going to draw that Phoenix character. Like, I could do it one of two ways. Where the wings are actually fire, which would be hella badass, but also really freaking hard to render. Or I could just draw them solid and then make them fire colored and maybe draw fire elsewhere on the character, which is probably more accurate to the, like, the ref sheet. But also, any excuse to practice rendering fire, I'll take. Also, water. Oh my god, water is so hard to render. So when I picked up a few characters that I didn't realize that they were beach themed, but I'm like, you know what? That's a perfect excuse to help me to practice rendering water. Okay, so she's got a white ring thing around her tail. There we go. Do that on the same layer. There we go. There. Okay, line art for this bab is done. How many different lines? Alright. Okay, that's part of the wing, so that can... Oops. There. Alright. The tiny little crevices where straight pixels like to hide, because I have a very particular art style. And I always leave those little triangles. Because I learned how to draw fur from the Warrior Cats fandom, and we all had that problem. Basically, if you're an artist in the Warrior Cats fandom, you have this... the pixels getting caught between the flicks of the hair. Yeah, because of the wings, the silhouette does kind of womp together a little bit, but with the coloring of the limbs, I think it won't make much difference. Hi, Dancer! Oh yeah, you're from, Friendy's chat. Hi, hello, welcome to the stream. Just working on this kitty dog that I'm drawing in a Sailor Moon pose. Because I don't know how to draw regular poses. I just finished drawing a magical girl earlier, so if you want to check that out after stream. Okay, so she's got the pink and the purple. Whap whap. And then the tail is a gradient. Okay. Yes, the womp womp is the technical term for mismatched colors. Alright. Do I have... I do technically. Okay. We'll just go through and do all the pink. And then we'll go back and do the purple. Thankfully, kitty dogs don't typically have very complex designs, which, thank God for that. Okay, it's fingertips, I think? Yeah. And then the paws and the... Oh no, they're a slightly different color. Balls. Alright. Oh, thank you for the follow. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming as often as I had planned, or if I'm just gonna, like, condense the streaming. Instead of being every other day on Twitch and YouTube, it'll be, like, a chunk on Twitch, and then a chunk on YouTube, and then it'll alternate for the weeks. Because switching back and forth on OBS is not the biggest inconvenience, but it's still just... It's just ugh, enough. If you know what I mean. It's just ding. Very niche reference with that one. And then this sock. And then that sock. And then this paw. I think I'll make her claws white. In her ref sheet, she doesn't have any claws showing, so I thought, you know what? I have free will. I'll put claws on a kitty dog. And you can't stop me. There. Sheesh. What? Oh, right. I am a professional mind loser. Be begging and crying, all of you dying. I'm not here to take you down. Tear down. I was talking about it, yesterday on Twitch how a really cool art fight teams, like, I don't know if they've done this already, but if they haven't, they really should. They should have two teams that are um angels and demons. Like, come on. Can you imagine the imagery for that? That would slap. But then, you know, it'd be like, oh, what team do I pick? What colors would I be? What color, you know, what colors would the themes be? Would I actually implement the theme into my artwork or any of my characters or whatnot? It's just one of those things. Okay, since I don't believe in just having solid black, I'm just gonna make her nose thing a very dark purple. There we go. Tail. There we go. And then it is the pink to purple a gradient, and that's the runway. There. And then what are those? White little sparkles, so might as well just do those here. Sparkle. I think my sparkle brush is a little too... There we go. There we go. The wings are a gradient as well. Alright. Good enough. That's not quite the motto of all of the artwork here. Don't get it twisted. Good enough is never our business model. However, there are some days, just some moments where good enough is just all we can achieve. It happens. Alright, back to the white sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Oh, I should also make the... Where are they? Ah! Wrong layer. These. A dark bluish purple color. Same with the collar. I know on the ref it's jet black, but like I said, I don't really like putting jet black on a design unless it's eyelashes, but even then, if I can help it, I'll add a color to the line art. Oh, I forgot. How the hell did I not realize that her chest floof and wings are a darker color? Wow, so glad I caught that now instead of later. Oh my god, I would have ripped all my hair out. Next stream, I would have been bald. Okay, belt is also purple. Belt loop be the pink. I mean, I love a character with a minimal color palette, but at the same time, I'm like, variety, please. Please. Alright. F word. I think I'm going to shade this one a little bit to help push some, like, differentiation between the body and the wings, although that could be just achieved with the... Here, let me just... actually, no, I'm gonna make the wings complete... The wing line art a different color. And she's got the line art gradient. There. Now her body and wings are semi-differentiated, and where's my shading layer? It's gonna be very minimally shaded. I'm gonna take a purple and just color in some sections here. Here. Under the shirt, of course. This whole area. That. This, and the other thing. Oh, there's a lag? Oh, probably. How bad is it? Okay, well, it's not the worst lag I've experienced. But, like, if it, like, full-on dies, then you have, um, every right to panic. But if it's a little bit of lag, it's just, ugh, just, like, pull the feed forward, refresh the page. I can't help it. The area I live in is not exactly a metropolis, so fast internet is not really a luxury we have. There we go. Okay. Maybe just, I mean, we can go crazy. Here we go. We're no stranger to going crazy on this channel. It's like part of the brand. We lose our mind every, like, at least twice a year, we go completely batshit. And do something stupid, like rebranding the entire channel, or, saying we'll try to start a video series or a movie review channel, you know? Delusions of grandeur. Delusions of grandeur are our bread and butter. Because that's all we're allowed to eat in the insane asylum. Not even a honey packet. Here are you. I am coping with the heat of summer very badly. And I can feel my irritability rising. And I'm trying to push it down because, you know, I don't like being irritable on stream, and I promise to stream every day. But that being said, I know that there are going to be streams where I'm sitting there just like, don't even talk to me. Now, this is not one of those streams, please. Let's talk. But warning, there are going to be streams where mic is off, webcam is off, and I'm just blasting music. Copyright strike be damned. You will. Copyright be damned. You will be listening to my taste in music that day. I am this close to wanting to add a rim light layer. Because, I mean... Like, if I go with, like, this teal... And then just... Maybe a little bit smaller. Oh, that looks so... Alright, fine, you've twisted my arm, you've convinced me. Chat, this is all your fault. I can't draw a straight line to save life. I don't know where the light is coming from, so we're just gonna say, screw it, it's magic. Don't look too hard into it. And then just look at pretty colors and cute characters. Currently, I have this one Frank Sinatra song going through my head. It's the one everyone knows. It's That's Life. And that's a song that usually plays through my head, May to July. Like, May and July is usually when I get that song stuck in my head. Partly because he mentions that, those months in the song. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. And then, like, the last line, if nothing comes shaking... If nothing is shaken come this here July, I'm gonna roll up in a big ball and then I'll... and then die. Which is funny because every time I get, like, emotionally burdened and thinking about, oh my god, what am I doing with my life? Am I stupid for even trying to make my creative endeavors work? You know what? If nothing happens this July, I'm just gonna die. And then every July happens, and then I don't die. So... I've been a papa, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out. And I know one thing. Each time I find myself flat on my face, I just pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life. That's life. Oh, I can't deny it. Many times I thought of quitting, baby, but my heart just won't buy it. If I didn't think it was worth one simple try, I'd jump right on a big bird, and then I'd fly. Da-da-da-da. Nothing's shaking come this here July. I'm gonna roll myself up in a big ball and die. My. That's like the theme song, May, and then July, and I'm like, nope. I gotta remember the words of the song. Gotta pick myself up and get back in the race. Many times I thought of quitting, baby, but my heart just won't buy it. But then a different Frank Sinatra song gets through my head when September and fall, like the fall season rolls. Well, actually, two Sinatra songs get stuck in my head around fall, and that is either "The Best Is Yet to Come," because then that's when my motivation comes back, and "Witchcraft." That song, whew, such a good song. Because witchcraft, that crazy witchcraft. And although I know it's pretty taboo, when you arouse the need in me, my heart says yes indeed in me. Proceed what you're leading me to. It's such an ancient fix, but one I wouldn't switch, 'cause there's no nicer witch than you. Question: should I stop there, or should I give this character a border? Like maybe like the last one I did, I just gave her a simple white border just to make her pop. Now, since I already did rim lighting on this character, would that be too... Yeah, that'd be too much. Thank you, chat. So... I think that'll be it for this character. I think she's done. Which, I mean, damn, if I do say so myself. That's the first time in a long time since I've done rim lighting. What is that color? Alright, because I need to fix this, but it's bugging me. Okay. Okay. That's 2 done. That's 1 revenge and 1 attack. Now, let's update. List. Now... Ooh, I did not mean to do that. Okay, I could do the other revenge next. Even though I haven't figured out what I was gonna do with the wings. Or I could get started on this attack. Or I could just end stream here because it's been 2 hours. I need a physical break. I need to refill my water bottle, though. So, what are we doing? Oh my god, it's 5:30? Sheesh. I might actually, it's 5:30 for me. I might end stream because I got something to do in 30 minutes, and I might as well as get started on it. So, thank you all so much for watching. Oh my god, I'm gonna be refiguring out this, streaming thing. But that is a problem for later me, or perhaps even tomorrow me, or perhaps even 20 minutes from now me. Who cares? Not me right now. All my social media links are linked in the description. I don't know when my next YouTube stream is going to be, but I had planned on streaming on Twitch tomorrow. So, if you don't want to miss a stream, subscribe, ring bell, hit all, because if you don't do that, YouTube just doesn't notify you when I post or go live. That's just how the algorithm works. Same thing with Twitch. If you don't, like, check in every time they're, like, you get notified, if you don't check into the stream and, like, engage with stream, Twitch will then stop notifying you when those people go live. That has happened to me several times, especially with small creators, like myself. Short end of the stick while also being simultaneously shafted by that short end of the stick. Anyway. Algorithm gods be damned. Make like the Klingons and kill your gods. They're too much trouble. Oh, that's such a niche reference. Anyway. Drink water. Stay safe. If you're participating in an art fight, make sure to stretch and take breaks. And farewell.